For this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create renderings, and that's because the G1 sheet, which is one of our early ones, is going to require renderings. If you've never seen architectural renderings, it's actually one of the coolest parts about 3D modeling the building is you get a visual display of what it might look like when it's complete. So renderings can be realistic, photorealistic views of what a building might look like. Looks anything like this. These are all renderings of what a building will look like in the future. Revit's going to help us do that. So how are we going to do that? So we're going to go ahead and let's go to the level 1 on the floor plans. We're going to start off by creating a view. We're going to install a camera, and we're going to put that camera on the outside so that it's looking out at the rest of the house. Okay. We'll note that there's a couple of things I want to say here. Creating the rendering before you've input this house into the site plan might be um, not the right choice, only because you'll note that you don't have any kind of landscaping or anything like that, but I'm going to move forward and you can apply it later when you start doing the site plan. I'm also going to put it really high up. So even though our, whoops, and I actually switched it up. Um, Even though our target elevation is at 5.6, I'm going to have my eyes be over at 16 feet. So what that's doing is it's shifting our vision up and looking down. And now I'm going to go to view. I'm going to go to render. I'm going to set this to medium quality just so it doesn't take forever. I'm going to use both the exterior and maybe fake lights if I install lights later on, and then render it. Shouldn't take too long. The higher the quality, the longer it takes. This could take hours, days for several computers if we're talking about big, nice projects. For this situation, it should probably take you within 30 seconds to get a rendering. So there we go. Looks like my house is out in like some kind of salt flat. I'm going to save this to the project. I'm going to call it exterior view. And then I'm going to go ahead and click save, or not save even, okay. Now I have this 3D view, as well as, let's go to renderings. Let's see, where are renderings? There we go. And I'll see the exterior view is saved there. And what I'll do is let's see. I'll change the scale so that it'll fit in here. I'll go to the renderings G1, and then I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop this in there. Clearly, I would want this to be a little larger. So again, we can play with the scale. That's pretty good for now. And then eventually set it so that it looks great. Now, in terms of the indoor ones, I'm going to go to level 1. I'm going to tell you right now that this is, if I try to do a rendering of the master bedroom, it's going to look really, really bad. It's going to actually be black. It's because there's no lighting in this room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the ceiling. I'm going to go ahead and insert a new component. I'm going to make that component a light. So I'm going to go to load family, lighting, and then architecture. That's going to give me a wider array of lights that I can install. I'm going to use these recessed can lights because it's similar to what I have in my master bedroom. And I'm going to put several of them. I might not do this in real life, but I'm going to put a lot of them just to create some lighting. Okay. Oh, one more. So now I'm going to be able to go to view, camera, install a camera from this point looking out. I'm going to note that my camera, the eye elevation is way too high. I want to make it about 5 feet and 5 feet for my target. It gets me down to more of the floor level. And for this rendering, sure, I'll attach the door, some of the floor, and now I'm going to go to View, Render. I'm going to include not only the sun, but the artificial light as well on the interior, and render it. I'm going to do a draft one just so it runs by quicker. I would typically actually do medium. Draft is pretty low quality, but it runs really fast, which is nice. It's going to take a little longer if it's taking into account the interior artificial lights that I installed. But there we go. It's not great, but I'll take it for now. It's low quality, so it looks really good though. And now I can go ahead and save to project. I'm going to call it master bedroom. Save it to the project. And now I can go ahead and drop this rendering into my renderings page on G1. Drop it in. Looks quite large. I only need 3, so I'm just going to do this with one more. Maybe I'm going to do it with the kitchen or the bathroom, whichever is going to look the nicest. But this is how we do renderings. Look great.